Meine Herren, the target for today is a bridge just west of Novonikolaevskaya. Each aircraft will carry 8 250-kilogram general-purpose bombs to effect the destruction of this target, with the exception of the H-6s, which will carry 4. Our escort, Bf-109s from JG-52, will meet us over Zaporozhskaya airfield at waypoint 2. Expect light flak over the target. The probability of fighter interception during this mission is high, as we will be flying within range of several Soviet fighter regiments. Formation will bomb from an altitude of 3,000 meters. This altitude should balance risk with accuracy. Track on the run-up will be 078 degrees. The town, river, and numerous lakes should be visible on the run-up to the target. That's all. Good luck. Welcome aboard my HE-111 for the 5th mission of this 111 career. Let's get going. Configure the aircraft for takeoff. Radiators open. Flaps. I think we'll do 15 today. And remember, we've still got that crosswind from before, most likely, so we'll just bear that in mind. Set takeoff power. Yeah, there we go. We're weather vaning already, and I need to use a little bit of differential brake before the rudder becomes effective. And there. Now I've got some rudder authority. He says, come on. Airspeed's alive, coming up through 100, 120. Running out of runway pretty quickly, but there's a little bit of flat field to go yet, I guess. Okay, 160, 170, tail wheels coming up, lift off, gear up. And put on just a little bit of speed here. Okay, 180, 190, flaps up. And set climb power. Climb power set. I'll let the speed come up to about 230. And we'll just stay, we'll fly runway heading for a little bit, then make our turn, and everyone should be able to get formed up during that turn as usual. This is all becoming a pretty standard procedure by now, so hopefully it runs smoothly, and we can head for the target. Just checking in, that is Zaporozhskaya airfield down there, which is where our fighters should be meeting us. If I hop up onto the top gunner's position here, you can see our squadron is almost fully assembled. Once again, the H-16s are a fair bit slower, even though I took more fuel than the rest of them this time, basically just as ballast, but I suspect the very stiff headwind isn't helping it. Once again, it's nearly 100 kilometers an hour. Anyway, once we do pass over that airfield, our track to the target will be 078, and that should be very close to directly into the wind, so we shouldn't need too much drift correction, but I'll pretty much work that out as we go, because as soon as the squadron's formed up, I'll accelerate, set max continuous power, since I've had to throttle way back once again so that these guys can get assembled in a timely fashion. Once we're all together, we'll pick up that track and head for the target. And there go our fighters. Jolly good. Holy moly, is that ever an anvil? Must be one hell of a thunderstorm going on down towards, I don't know, around Krasnodar. Anyway, crossing this river in front of us is what I've pretty much designated as our initial point. It's right here, and you can probably see these ponds in the other river up here as well, where the target is, pretty plainly. And the bridge, which constitutes our target should be right about here. So let's get set up for the bomb run. I'll drop on a 0.10 second interval. We want to saturate a relatively small area since we have a point target for this trip. Our airspeed is currently 320. I expect that to come back a bit once we open the bomb bay doors. In terms of wind, I'm taking a sort of halfway house of these two figures since we're at 3,000 meters. I'm keeping the 27 meters per second figure though. For now, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't make a massive difference. And so I've got the wind dialed in as though it were from 070, so giving us a current drift factor of something like 2 degrees to starboard, and as such I'm correcting 2 degrees to port. Bombing directly into the wind should make a number of potential problems a little bit simpler. Exactly where in the river is that bridge? Sort of towards the end of the straight bit, yeah? Okay. So we should be able to align on that. Well, I'll give it just a little bit longer before I open the bomb bay doors. Once again, with this massive headwind, it's taken us a while to get over here, but hopefully it won't take us very long to get home. No enemy fighters sighted yet, though it's a distinct possibility we'll be intercepted on the way out, at least. We'll just have to see. So far, it kind of feels like the Soviet Air Force have been surprisingly off their game in the past few missions, so it's hard to say what the overall situation is. It's possible that we've just gotten lucky. Hard to know for sure. Anyway, engine temperatures are okay for now. Oil is very slightly warm, but still within limits. I think now is about a good time to crank open those bomb bay doors and see how much speed we drop on the run-up. Still 320, starting to edge back, I think, just a little bit. Probably end up with a final figure closer to 310. So that'll make a slight difference, but only a slight one. I think I can maybe just about spot the bridge now. Let's have a look. Yep, that's definitely it. It's the one that, yeah, there's a T intersection west of town and it comes south from it. The thing I don't want to do is bomb the other one, since that's not our target, although it's probably just as important to the enemy. Who knows, we might come back and bomb the other one at some point. That kind of looks like it might already be damaged, but hard to tell from this far away. And yeah, speed's coming back towards 310. If it gets stuck in the middle, I might crank the oil radiators open slightly further, just to give us a round number once again. It would be nice if it were possible to make finer adjustments on this scale. If you could, we could almost use this, what we could almost do is pop it into automatic mode and just dial in the correct altitude and then keep adjusting the speed until it tracks a specific point on the ground. And then it would sort of calculate your ground speed, a bit like how the Norden site works. The only game I know of that actually simulates that site vaguely correctly is B-17, the Mighty Eighth. The HSFX one in IL-2 1946, well, with the HSFX mod, is kinda okay as well. I think I see 2 bridges now. Is it possible that we have... Yeah, it's almost looking like the permanent bridge is down and they've put up maybe a temporary one. Well, if the permanent one is destroyed, I might actually bomb the temporary one. I think that would make good operational sense. But we'll have to get just a little bit closer, I think, to be able to tell for sure. I saw some muzzle flashes down there, so I'm expecting some flak. Yeah, for sure. This place seems to be pretty heavily defended. And yeah, it's starting to really look to me now like the main bridge is out. And pop those oil rads open just a little further to try and get an even figure for our speed. Yeah, main bridge is out, so I'm going to bomb the temporary one. Drop on my command. Yes, do indeed. Fortunately, we're almost perpendicular to the bridge, so we should be able to do pretty catastrophic damage if we're on target. Well, here's hoping. Airspeed 310, altitude 3000. Yeah, I think all our figures are inputted correctly, so hold position and get ready to drop. I hope we don't get waxed by flak on the way in or out. Well, I'll aim right for the center, and then the rest of the formation will hopefully hit the sort of width and, well, the full length of the bridge, not width. Anyway, 12 sekunden. Los! Yeah, I know, we've dropped our bombs whilst overflying the target, and that's the only criteria for success, but I like to think we can do a little better than that. But let's see what happens. Should be any second now, folks. Oh yeah, mine schwacked it right down the middle. The rest of the formation, oh, that's beautiful. Hit the bridge and the guns and enemy units around it. Okay, well, I'm very, very happy with that. Track on the way out is 275. I'll probably need to correct about 5 degrees to port. I'll do a proper calculation once we're actually on track, though, so I'll come left to 270 for now. And we will get the hell out of here. Oh! I just climbed slightly higher and the supercharger switched gears, so I need to now pull my throttle levers back into Mach continuous. That's okay, actually. I'll climb a little bit if we were actually in the supercharger gap before. I don't mind climbing above it and get some extra performance for the trip home as we proceed to bravely run away now that our objective's completed. Keep coming left, climb a little bit. I'll climb a little further just in the knowledge that the other members of the formation will be slightly below us, and therefore they could be in the supercharger gap whilst we're not, and then they might fall behind, and we don't want that. Ooh, level off. Roll level. Anywho, that should be high enough, so now we will level off and roll out on a course of 070. And take note of our egress waypoint, which is that little pretty distinctive lake over there. I'll run this out. Yeah, I see it. And we should have a bit of a correction to... no, yeah. The wind should be pushing us to starboard. We should have a drift of something like this, so I'll just vaguely align on that for now, and then I'll do some... possibly do some proper calculations on the way out, but mostly I just want to cross the coast and then head straight home, which I can do using the automatic direction finder here. So I may be lazy and just do that. We'll see. Well, we're surprisingly close to home. We're just about here, but our fighters are calling out that they're engaging enemy fighters to the east, so behind us, and well, I see specs back there, but I can't really tell who's who just yet. Well, give me the gun. Let's be ready. Well, maybe our fighters can deal with them, maybe not. We'll have to see. Yeah, I wonder about these three closing from 6 o'clock high. Can't quite tell what they are yet. But I will watch those very closely. They look like they have kind of fat noses, maybe radial engines, LA5s? I'm not sure. I mean, if they close in and start making attack runs, it'll be pretty... Ooh! Okay, someone just got... Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. One of our fighters called target destroyed, so those are enemy. And our fighters are mixing it up with them. Well, if it keeps them off of us, that's fine. So we've got this one. And this one, at least, to worry about. This one almost looks like he might be trying to pull ahead of us. Okay, what's the other one up to? I don't think I need to worry about it. Okay, where have you gone? Oh, he's up there. He's peeling left, possibly coming into attack. Yeah, I think he is. Alright, well. Put lots of fire out. See if we can deter him. Okay, you know what? I think the ventral gunner has a better field of fire here. Come on, shoot, 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 shoot. If he gets any closer, I'll go evasive. Oh my god. Okay, we're on fire, but we're over friendly territory, so we should be okay. Oh, is the fire out? I think the fire's out. Okay. Well, I'll give the order for the remainder of the flight to return to base, since we probably won't be able to keep up, and we're going to divert to the nearest field, which is Zaporozhskaya, right down there. Okay, well, it's fortuitous that we're close enough to somewhere that we can land. And we've got a fighter engaging. That's a 111. Yeah, okay. The wind is vaguely from the east. I'll make this kind of a left base, I think. Why are you guys bartering off that way? That's not what you're supposed to do. I said return to base, unless they're planning to divert and land here as well. Well, we'll see. I just want to hop up on top and make doubly sure that that fire's out. Yes, it is, but we're leaking fuel like crazy, so... Good thing we can land right away. It's our speed lag. A little fast. I need to lose some. Do a little forward slip here. And... fighters are engaging our formation. Not anything I can help with right now. Ooh. I think he missed that time. He's passed. Anyway, I need to focus on landing. Alright, speed's back decently. Prop to max continuous. We'll be gentle on these engines. Gear down. And hope we don't get bounced while we're trying to land. I won't turn the lights on for that reason. And I think one of these engines is about to pack it in. Yeah, engine 1, I think, is about to be kaput. Well, we'll get ready to feather it. Yeah, there it goes. Alright, engine 1 feathered. Engine 2, max continuous power. I'll probably use minimal or no flap on this landing. Okay. Need to squeeze a little more power out of this starboard engine here. I think one of our fighters got an enemy, but not something I can worry about right now. Alright, give me flaps 20. We'll see what that does. Keep coordinated, keep coordinated. Raise the dead engine. That doesn't look feathered to me. Whatever. Okay, speed's getting a bit low. I'm really worried about flipping over when I try to flare. I might have to kind of just slam this airplane onto the runway. And we're down. I think the tail wheel's gone based on what I'm hearing there. Okay. Well, get clear, lads. Get clear of the runway in case the rest of the chaps are landing here. And shut down and probably run for cover. Okay, now that we're done, let's... Oh yeah, that prop is feathered. Airplane is leaking fuel and coolant, shot full of holes. Oh, and one flap was missing. That explains why I had so little, well, why it was rolling so hard to the left. Anyway, we made it down safe. I'll see you in the debriefing. Right, so as you can see here, we got the bridge, but let's find out what the final butcher's bill is within our squadron here. So, in the mission to bomb the river crossing, which is just processing here. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Yeah, so ultimately we only had one bomber go down, the rest seemingly landed safely, and in the end the formation destroyed one truck, I guess, two medium tanks, I think, 7 anti-aircraft guns, and obviously the bridge. So at least we kind of made it worth the trip, and oh boy, this is our first loss to enemy action rather than accidents. So far it's a 3-to-1 ratio, but there you go. Anyway, I think I'm going to keep the target for tomorrow under my hat for now, but I'll be back with that mission before too terribly long. Toodles.